Namaskar. Hey guys, it's been a month and it's been pretty hectic to be honest. Lots of stuff to do, college, regarding college, training and stuff. So it's been a long time since I actually have a chance to take a breather. So yeah, almost the same time it's been till we are recording here. Another episode of our catching up series on I'm recording it on 25th of September. You'll be watching on and beyond 26th of September. Well, another year or so gone from my life, and pretty much, well, I don't know whether I personally enjoy birthdays or not because, well, we are growing up. Another year passes from our life, and we are thankful for that. So yeah, it's pretty weird concept. We can have a talk about that later someday, maybe with some friends and all. Fun to talk. Now, point why we're here. You guys know what our catching up series is all about. So recently, a lot of stuff has happened in the world of video games and especially PC games, if you mean. Uh, I'll be focusing on some selected few, of course, because like a lot of things happens, starting from indie games to big name developers, a lot of stuff. So we cannot really talk about everything all the time. It'll be pretty big, and you guys will not appreciate that big of a show, if you may, a video, if you may, whatever. But also the fact that what I'll be talking about gibberish of so many things. So yeah, just leave it at that. So with that, we'll be starting on this session, and hopefully I'll be back on streaming and video making soon. I have plans on certain videos for the down the line in a couple of days. So yeah, look forward to that, which we'll be talking about in the meantime. And as for streaming, well, I hope I'll be getting back soon on that as well. So yeah, we'll be starting today's session with Elder Scrolls Online. So, Elder Scrolls Online's year-long adventure of their Dark Heart of Skyrim that started with their Greymoor chapter, their latest chapter in their chapter-wise series, which began from Vardenfell, Morrowind, till now it's continuing. We had the other one as well in the meantime before. So yeah, this latest chapter we went to Skyrim, and as I said, I'll actually be having a video on that story. What what is the story of Skyrim, or Western Skyrim, which was shown in the Claymore chapter. Other than that, the adventure will be coming to an end soon. So we have a main big event going on right now, and the final DLC of the adventure of Dark Heart of Skyrim coming along soon. So guys know of the antiquarian system, the anti-collection system that was added when the Greymoor chapter came. So this event is essentially that dig up rewards during the Lost Treasure of Skyrim event. Now, the Lost Treasure of Skyrim, despite it being said Skyrim, does not mean it is only in the Western Skyrim map. No, it's in the entire Elder Scrolls, it's in the entire Tamriel, wherever you can go in Elder Scrolls Online. Every single one of the regional areas, even the DLC areas, all of them has their own treasures hidden, and you can find them. So let's actually see the event thingy. So you guys need to have the Grey Mode chapter for uh, accessing, I believe, Solitude, which is where you will find the Antiquarians Guild beside the Bard's College, and you do two quests there and get the system activated essentially. Two skill line and certain treasure that you use to scurry, an auger that you use to scurry, that is, and then find that treasure that is. We'll have a very small video on this coming right up tomorrow, I believe. So yeah. So there are three things you'll get, which are a community challenge, which you'll get for all the players who have the Grey Mode chapter, uh, who are digging up antiquities essentially. But yeah, you get what I mean. Then these lost treasures and stuff that you're finding, you'll find crafting materials within them, valuable items to be sold to vendors, which is what I mainly found mostly. Sometimes you'll find these styles, certain maps and stuff, motive, all the good things. Crimson Neon Root and furnishing recipes and all that. As for the event particularly, we have the Indrik feathers and stuff, all that. As usual, the Indriks, they upgrade the Indriks and people can catch up on the Indrik they don't have. So yeah. So they started on September the 23rd on 10 a.m. Eastern Time and will end on Monday, October the 5th on 10 a.m. Eastern Time as well. And speaking of which, October the 5th would be, yeah, 10 days. 10 freaking days. So, yeah, good luck with that. You guys will need it. Well, I do. This is the community page for Lost Treasure of Skyrim. As we know, you'll get these three rewards unlocked at level 33%, 66%, and 100%. So, yeah, Horror Within Body Mark, this Orchidfall Whale Pawn Pet, and finally a house and a house guest. First time, a house guest. So, yeah. This will be fun a lot, to be honest. And let's actually do a refresh and see if 25% has been completed. So yeah, I believe tomorrow this counter updates every day at 10 a.m. EDT. So I believe by tomorrow we'll probably have the Horror Within markings available for us. Also, down the line, we will have Markarth, the final DLC for the Dark Heart of Skyrim series, which we will see the preview. Right. So this was the part of the stream itself. Let's actually take a look.
Welcome back to the temporary worldwide headquarters of ZeniMax Online Studios. Last month, I got to speak with you during QuakeCon at home. We had a lot of fun connecting with all of you, our amazing community, during 3 days of panels, streams, and lots more. Plus, I got to share the global reveal of our Stonethorn DLC gameplay trailer. Today, we'll give you a first look at everything we have planned for the remainder of the year, and there's a lot. We'll give you a sneak peek at the epic conclusion of the Dark Heart of Skyrim year-long adventure. We've got new free content, updates on upcoming community events, and plenty more. Regardless of whether you've been with us from the beginning or just recently joined us in Western Skyrim, we've got a lot going on to keep you busy in Tamriel. Oh, one last thing. It wouldn't be an ESO stream without us giving away an in-game item. So, for everyone watching live, you'll be able to claim a purple torchbug pet for free. Now sit back and enjoy as we head back to Skyrim for more adventures together.
Nice shirt, Matt. Hi, I'm Rich Lambert, creative director at ZeniMax Online Studios. Welcome to my home. Before we dive in, I want to take a moment to personally thank the ESO community. You've made Tamriel your home away from home, and during these challenging times, we're seeing more and more of you playing the game, both new and returning players. That means so much to all of us here at ZOS, as you are the ones that make ESO what it is today. Our year-long journey through the Dark Heart of Skyrim began back in February with the Harrowstorm DLC. Since then, we've released 2 additional updates to the story in Greymoor and SWTOR. These content drops have taken you to one of the most beloved locations in Tamriel, which is Western Skyrim, and are set almost 1,000 years before the events of Elder Scrolls V. Millions of you have already descended into this dark tale of vampires and werewolves, and we can't wait for you to experience the epic conclusion. The ESO Markarth DLC releases November 2nd on PC, Mac, and Stadia, and November 10th on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. But before we dive deeper into Markarth, let's take a quick look back at some of the highlights from this past year and how we got to where we are. Don't worry, I promise no spoilers. So much has happened over the past 8 months, setting you up for the final showdown with the powerful vampire lord, Rada al-Saran. With more on how the Dark Heart of Skyrim story continues in ESO Markarth, let's throw it over to lead writer Bill Slavisek and senior content designer Janet Priblo.
So what drives us to Markarth? In the Greymoor chapter, we learned that Rada al-Saran's plans were taking him to the Reach.
This is the Reach, and the Reach people are in their homeland. They're not conquered by anyone at the moment. They're not fighting anyone trying to take over their land. They are in the land that they feel is theirs.
You know, nostalgia is a very important element for a lot of our game because the fans are so invested in what has come before in Elder Scrolls. When they get to Markarth, they're going to get to walk around a city they've seen before, except 800 years later. So this is a different version of that same place. It's going to feel familiar, it's going to look familiar, but it's also different and exciting and full of different people than you met the last time you were there.
It's not like this pristine city that you see in Skyrim, for example. And see a lot more people with antlers. They love fashion with antlers, so you do see that a lot too. Getting to work and create for the Reach people as just people, not a common enemy you run across everywhere, was one of the most fun things on this release. You end up meeting some Reach people that you work with, and so you develop a relationship with them. There's a character, Arana, who I loved working on this and creating quests around this character. She's really strong. She's also a witch. That is a term of respect for the Reach people for the most part.
The player actually gets to ask the question, "You're really a witch? You're not like anyone I've ever met before." And she says, "Oh, have you met a lot of us in the past?" That was a pretty clever exchange to put together.
One of the people you face, and this time literally, Rada El-Saran, I would call him the big bad of the zone.
He was originally a Redguard sword saint before he became a vampire, and this was eons ago.
Rada El-Saran is not interested in taking over the world. He doesn't want to destroy Tamriel. He doesn't want to wipe out a race of people. That's not his jam. What he wants, it's a very personal quest. It just happens to probably result into the death of many, many people.
We're bringing back Sai Sahan. He is the Redguard, Dragon Guard character from the original main story. He shows up along with his beloved Snow Lily, Lyris Titanborn.
As a designer, you especially like to bring back a character that you might have worked with. And so Verandas, we got to flesh him out further as time has gone on. Our storytelling, I think, has gotten deeper, so our characters get a little deeper. And you find out a lot more about him. Verandas is very old, and as is Rada El-Saran, and then you realize they had a connection. And as you go through the quest, you realize it was a pretty strong connection.
There's a big secret between him and Verandas that goes back centuries. I think that's going to be a really cool reveal as that unfolds as the story progresses.
One of the other big deals is a woman called Lady Belaine, who is stunning, and she knows it. And you have to figure out what her game is as you go through the quest line.
She is an ancient vampire. She is working with the Grey Host because it is in her best interest, not because she believes in Rada El-Saran's ultimate goal and plan.
And like Rada El-Saran, she's not a straight up, she's not mustache twirling villain. She also has very strong reasons for wanting what she wants.
She is a very complex, mystifying character, and when you find out the whole backstory, I think it will be very, very illuminating because it's kind of different from anything we've done before with the vampires. We have a character called the Despot of Markarth. He is a Reachman who has aspirations of being king of the Reach, even though the Reach folk don't like that title. So he goes by the title of Ard, which means king of the fort. We wrote Ard Kadok as a very blustery, no-nonsense, just as willing to kill you as work with you.
And you kind of just want to smack him half the time, and he's always with the pithy, sayings and things like that.
But he kind of grows on the player as the story goes along, and the player earns his respect, and I think the player also gains respect for him as the story progresses.
There is more to the Dark Heart than just this gothic tone, and you will absolutely find out what that is.
You get rocketed right into the story, and it's non-stop action as you try to figure out what the Grey Host is up to in the Reach, why they've come to this desolate land, and what it means for the Reach folk who are caught in the middle of this war that's not theirs.
There's a certain satisfaction to stopping the bad guy, but also having a full understanding of, why this happened. And to me, that was just a great way to conclude a year-long adventure of dealing with vampires and werewolves and creepy dark things and going underground and everything.
Back in January, when we first revealed Greymoor, Pete and I shared some of our own memories of Skyrim. And like many of you, we have very fond memories of adventuring in that world.
And with me in pants, so you know it's a big day.
Now we get a rare opportunity to take our community back to one of the most beloved regions in Tamriel and provide a different look at Skyrim from the perspective of our era. One of my favorite moments while developing this DLC was walking up to the gates of Markarth during our initial blockout stages for the very first time. Seeing this epic Dwemer fortress built into the mountainside and instantly recognizing it from Skyrim was so cool. Skyrim comes to life in a new way, and that continues in Markarth, which takes you to places familiar but new. Or is that old?
When I first saw Markarth in Skyrim, it was exactly the kind of city I love when I'm playing a fantasy game. Most of the city is actually not even visible. It's beautiful, there's waterfalls and there's citizens walking around and everything looks amazing. And then you go in one of these doors and you realize that this thing goes 70 meters back into the rock wall, and it's all this Dwemer madness. Part of that mystery and storytelling that Skyrim does all over the place, where you're happy to be there, but you really want to know more about what's going on.
When you walk in there, just the sheer scale and verticality of it is out of control. Like, it's nuts. Markarth exists in our time period, but still has those huge dwarven spires and big buildings and walls and stuff. We are kind of harkening back to, the original Skyrim interpretation, but during our time period, it is not controlled by the Nord.
This city that's been abandoned by the Dwemer is now completely overrun or occupied by the Reachmen, who are a bit rougher around the edges.
When we talked about the city of Markarth specifically, we said, all right, this is Markarth, but it's going to look different. We're going to have to get some Reach influence in there.
When they come into this city, they don't get what all this fancy schmancy Dwemer nonsense was about. They want to know why the walls are so clean. Why aren't there some fetishes up there? Why aren't there some markings on that wall? When you get down underneath Markarth, you're going to find out that Blackreach caverns extend all over the whole of Western Skyrim.
Blackreach allows us to show a really alien landscape that contrasts a lot from what we'll see topside.
In the hundreds and thousands of years since the Dwemer have been there, now the vampires have been down there. Now the Reachmen are starting to find their way down there. And we're finding out more of the story of what the Dwemer were doing down here, and subsequently what the vampires have been doing down here.
The Library of Arthzand and some of the other dwarven ruins in Blackreach are tremendous. Just walking into the library, you can look up and you see stacks of what might have been books or scientific tools and stuff, and the scale of it is really tremendous.
We got to think about and design, well, what would Dwemer academia look like? Would they have just simple walls with a couple of books and bookshelves? No, they would build bookshelves that went 80 meters up into the ceiling, right? Because they're Dwemer and that's the way they're going to do it. Everything they do is grand. We have an enormous cave. How do we go tall in a cave like that?
And then when you combine that with some of the vampiric architecture that we've developed, it doesn't feel like you're in a cave at all. It feels like you're standing at the foot of this horrific cathedral. It's both sprawling and amazing, but also sort of claustrophobic.
We wanted to make sure that all the visuals were supporting that storytelling of a year-long, gothic, dark adventure.
There are a number of new monsters that tie in kind of explicitly with the plot. They're these dark, inky, shadowy beings. And this is another case where we worked hand in hand with CJ and the art team to develop a new language for, okay, they're not just shadows, right? They're not just skeletons. These are something different.
One of the new creatures we got to do was a massive Dwemer fortress, sort of, a walking insectoid, sort of reminiscent of a rhinoceros beetle.
The Dwarven Dynaster is unbelievable. It's unlike any Dwarven war machine that we've seen before. We've never created anything at the scale of the Dynaster. Going to Skyrim is like going home, but it's like kind of going to home and you get there and the door's already open. You're like, what's going on here? It's home, but something is off, right?
There are intrigues, there are vampires, there are people getting ready to be backstabbed when they think they're about to backstab someone else.
At the end of this story, you'll really have a sense that we've told a complete story, and Skyrim will never be the same again.
So there's a lot of cool stuff to explore in Markarth when it releases November 2nd on PC, Mac, and Stadia, and November 10th on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. There's about 10 hours of new content in this DLC, in addition to a brand new solo arena. The first one since Maelstrom, and I'm so excited to get in there, learn some new mechanics, and chase some new leaderboard times. We're a few months away from the DLC release, but we wanted to give you an exclusive sneak peek. This is ESO Markarth.
So that was a bit of content reveal on the Markarth situation, which will be, as we saw, coming on November the 2nd and the 10th, depending on your platform. Now, as we're going through the Lost Treasure of Skyrim event, which will conclude on October the 5th, we'll have Witch Festival upcoming on October the 22nd to November the 9th, and then Undaunted Celebration from November 25th to December 12th, and finally New Life Festival from December 21 to January 2nd, 2021. So, as these events actually come, we'll give further details on those. Not to mention that a prologue quest on Markarth, as usual, with the main DLCs and main chapters are always available there. So yeah, Markarth prologue is also available on the Crown Store. Just go get it for free, and anyone can play that. So there's no issue with that, as usual. And well, that's mostly related to Elder Scrolls. Now, fun fact is something else. Recently, we have learned that Microsoft has bought ZeniMax, which is the parent company of Bethesda. So yeah, the entire Bethesda Soft and ZeniMax is in the hands of Microsoft right now. And despite Phil Spencer saying that they'll leave the things as it is for now, we are quite actually interested to see what will be coming in the series of Bethesda games due to this influence. And already Game Pass owners will be benefiting from the influence, which means that anything that will be revealed, any game which will be upcoming for Bethesda or ZeniMax anyway, so these are all Bethesda games anyway, so yeah, those will always be available on a Game Pass. So yeah, that's a immediate benefit kind of, and we'll always have this stuff on the Xbox, I guess. Maybe even some Xbox exclusives for a year or two, who knows. But personally, I'm a bit excited to see what kind of amazing concept of games these people can think of, because adequately Microsoft has some interesting games in their belts uh, from whatever studios they have. Actually, I kind of forgot, but yeah. So yeah, I'm a bit interested in what's going on, and I certainly hope whatever new game comes up from Bethesda after this, let those not be riddled with bugs and glitches and annoying other stuff that came with that, all the issues that comes up with whenever a new Bethesda game is launched. So yeah, that concludes our first part. On to the next. In terms of this is the Night City website in terms of Cyberpunk 2077. So yeah, we have this Night City website going on where there's some weird body count reports, death count, who knows. Let me give it a refresh. If you yeah, today's the body count 4. I'm not really sure what the death count is, but yeah, official web page of Night City, City of Dreams. So yeah, there's a lot of information here regarding the Night City. Some is little video sneak peeks, little bit of vote for whoever. Yes, like lore pieces a bit, history of the Night City. From the mayor is mainly lore pieces, transportation. The three types of transportation: cart and cabs. Some screenshots as well, and there are different districts. Uh, City center, Watson, Haywood, and Westbrook. Four districts within the Night City. Then you have Santo Domingo, which has a NCPT threat level. Wow. Uh, Vigilant forces. Okay. Sixth Street Gang. Then Pacifica, which is also another threat level area. Catastrophic threat level apparently. And finally the outskirts. Nomad groups, yeah. And we have the all good and new gallery. So explore the page at your own time, which will be pretty interesting. And it's less than 2 months now, so yeah, soon TM. Right, on to the next. We have Genshin Impact coming up soon. This is the official FAQ page, which I opened up due to the time and platforms being there. So on PC, the preload will start on September the 26th, which means tomorrow on 10 a.m. GMT to a.m. UTC and 1900 PDT of September 25th. Depends wherever you are, and we can stand whichever will be fine with. So yeah, you can go into the official website and download the PC version from there when it's up there. In terms of iOS and Android, you can you're probably, if you want to play this game, you probably have it on your pre-registration already, because there's a lot of good stuff given for the pre-registration. So yeah, you can the preload will go on September 27th on 1400 GMT plus 8 or 6 a.m. UTC, or September 26th 23 like 11 p.m. PDT. And for PS4 we have September 26th midnight on UTC plus 8, and September 25th 1600 UTC 9 a.m. PDT. And for pre-orders, and for everyone else it will be on September 28th, which is probably around the time the game will go live for every platform, September 28th. So you're like 3 days kind of. And when you guys will be watching this tomorrow, it will be 2 days. So you can probably, for some people tomorrow, you'll probably be able to preload depending on where you are. There will be a lot of rewards. There's a 3 million pre-registration milestone reward, 10 million pre-registration milestone reward, and get ready for the road that I'll be showing. And there are accounts and stuff. You can just read the FAQ page. Now let's actually get into the ready for the road, right? So there's a lot of tasks here that will be covering up, and by playing a certain game you can get these rewards and stuff, items, uh, and you can redeem the items when you have a character, I believe. So let's have a preview on price. There's a A grade price, broadsword, and what is this, a chakram or something like that maybe. Not exactly sure what this is, like a prototype malice. I'm not sure what that is actually. And then we have some of these, and some of these, and some of these. And finally, there's Wanderer's Advice, Sweet Madam, and Fine Enhancement, or I believe you need this one a lot, probably due to weapon enhancement and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope you guys are already doing this, because this will stay until October 10th, 2020. So yeah, just get everything, and then you can down put this over to your character when they are there. That is. So yeah, that's a part of Genshin Impact. I'm actually a bit of interested on this game, but I probably won't be having this on my PC. I'll probably play this through my phone. Will be easier for me to access, kind of, and should be fun, because as far as I've seen on the tests, the streams and stuff, let's not mention graphical quality, which is like very good. Various other gameplay mechanics and story look pretty fine for me, so I'm interested in this definitely. In terms of Final Fantasy 14, we have patch 5.35 will be coming soon, and we will have new wards, essentially 180 new plots of land added in all the districts of the housing areas, and apartment buildings will be added as well. So yeah, those of you who will be needing new home, and for all the clans that need new home as well, the free companies, I know quite a few who need a new clan house, so all of you get ready. We also know that this Tales from the Shadows story one-shots thingies, they are pretty much completed. These are kind of some backstories and stuff that are added. There are 8 pieces totally. This is the final piece, the An Unpromised Tomorrow, which is completed now. So this will be good to actually read out for you guys, all those people who love good stories, pieces, and lores. This has some backstories and some interesting character progression stuff for our non-playing character friends. So yeah, that's pretty actually very interesting. On September 17th, we have learned of the new title, Final Fantasy 16, that will be coming probably soon. And I don't know whether this will be a PS5 exclusive for the first part or not, but this will be coming soon. Wherein we have Naoki Yoshida acting as a producer and directed by Hiroshi Takai. So we'll take a look at there's the icon, the title screen kind of, and we'll take a look at the reveal.
You all know the target. Shiva's dominant. And only the dominant.
How do we even know the girl will be among us?
Our kind do not question orders, we follow them.
Sergeant, let's summon their icon.
Icon? That thing's a bloody mountain.
Our foe will not relinquish their mother crystal easily. This will be a bitter fight.
You should not be out of doors. We have discussed this. Come, Joshua. Your father will be expecting us.
I am Joshua's shield. I'm sworn to protect him.
What do you mean you refuse? Did you not pledge your sword to our cause?
What does it matter? It was the Dalmex who drove back the Crusaders in the Battle of the Twin Realms, was it not?
Without the blessing of the Mother Crystal, we cannot defend our realm from the spread of the Blight.
So, I sit in the Dragoons. Imperial Vipers. Do they really mean to invade us?
It's the Archduke's son.
Phoenix.
Joshua! Stop this!
Second life on a fire. But that's impossible.
The legacy of the crystals. Has shaped our history. For long enough. I'll kill you. If it's the last thing I do.
So yeah, as you saw, that was the Awakening trailer, and we already can see the interesting primals or icons as they call here. That's certainly Ifrit, anyway. So we'll probably have a very good time here as well. I certainly hope, because like Naoki Yoshida and then Hiroki Takahashi, they pretty much do a very good job, or did very good job previously. So I'm really hoping that this Final Fantasy 16 will be loads and loads of more better in terms of everything the previous Final Fantasy series has to offer. But of course, there are some timeless classics on the series as well. But well, here's to hoping we'll have a really great time when this game comes out. May probably on PS5 on 2021 as a PS5 exclusive, I guess, because that's the only platform being shown here. But as Final Fantasy, it will come out on every platform as well. So yeah, whether sooner or later, but I'm pretty interested on this, and I hope you guys will be as well. Like those of us who love Final Fantasy certainly are. So, and the playing character, the story character that we'll be using, wow. And I'm pretty much interested in knowing how the people in this world is connected with the primals or icons, as you call it here, maybe, from what I gather in the Awakening trailer. So yeah, that's part of Final Fantasy news. Let's move on. In terms of Star Wars The Old Republic, we have the Feast of Prosperity that is live on the PTS, the public test server, and it will be coming on the next title update 6.1.4. This will be a event which will occur once a year. I guess a new event is it. Which is there will be new daily mission, weekly mission, and stuff. You just those of you who actually wants to go into this mission, just go to the PTS. I'll have the thing linked to page linked here down below as usual with every other pages. There will be conquest challenges which will have some point increase and decrease part, how much they are worth, that is a little bit balance to X and all. So yeah, go ahead and we will further give more information on patch 6.1.4 when we will have more. Right. No Man's Sky, again with another big update titled Origins. We have which is update 3.0. Let's take a look at the trailer. So yeah, you pretty much saw the Origin launch trailer, available on PS4, Steam, and Xbox, of course. So we have some new planets and stuff, new biomes a bit differently. There's see star patterns and all. Landscape, yeah, we already know about that. We have new user interface and stuff. Just let the page load a bit. Yeah. So essentially, we now have different mode of gameplay: normal, survival, pretty much it. Yeah. And creative is probably where you just go and explore. And something supposed to be here anyway. Some more diversity, as we can see. More alien fauna. Now weather varieties there. Yeah. See, clouds, weather variety. Marshes, cloud variety. These are some interesting stuff as well. New stuff. more improved teleporters, which was really needed, like really needed. Annoying otherwise. Some interesting photo modes. Like you guys can have the look at this later. Historical stories, part of storyline and culture mode. Annoying infestations, of course, and then lighting conditions to make the game look better. Some abandoned buildings that who knows for what. And then we have volcanoes, firestorms, uh, essentially making sure you will have further hard time, that is, and new items to be created, of course, always, and some enhanced terrain details, uh, more planet quality details. See, exploration guide, portal interface. Wow. Travelers must lift through portals and explore the station with no portal interference. Night universe, more accessible, yeah. Meteors, showers, yeah. Gravitation anomaly, I can. Why tornado? This will make your life farther down the lightning. Why these stuffs are not loaded, I don't know. And then more NPC encounters, discovery improvement, and multi-tool upgrade. More insects, wow, everyone loves insects, and then this wild robots, my goodness, these are good luck with this. Improved creature behaviors, there's sandstorm, rather sandworms, you saw that on the trailer, and finally the patch notes, which I'll leave you at your discretions, it will be linked down below. So yeah, let me know how you guys like the Origins update with all the updates added in the game right now. The game is quite better than what it was. So let me know if you guys are enjoying it or not. In September 17th, this week at Bungie, or TWAB as we call it, we have learned of the customizable ghosts that will have energy levels and stuff. We can add mods. So yeah, here like other pieces, this will be different mods that will have different perks and stuff as usual. And another interesting little bit honoring quest is up there in the game right now to like as a tribute to Mr. Hellstone. So you guys would like to go ahead to do that quest and pay respect to him for his contributions. And finally, the yesterday's TWAB, we have learned of changes in atmosphere, like within Europa there will be storms. There will be two phases of them, and let's take a look, shall we?
What have you seen out there, band? Europa is a place of many mysteries. Do not lose your way. We all come to this moon looking for answers. What do you hope to find here?
Europa has been home to darkness for some time now. Its history could be the key to our fight. Help me unlock it. deepest secrets of Europa are now within our grasp.
So yeah, that was Europa's trailer, and that alongside many other sneak peeks and trailers are always coming and going in the Bungie's website and their YouTube page. So keep a lookout for that as well. And there's a 100% chance of snow thingy, and probably we'll have some interesting events going on during this time as well, when the snows come. And there's a Forsaken and Shadowkeeper available on Xbox Game Pass, and probably Beyond Light will be soon. Also, Iron Banner is coming on 29th and will be staying until 6th of October, starting and ending time 10 a.m. Pacific time. So yeah. And then there's a big preparing for Beyond Light talk from the, yeah, there will be, wow, full re-download. Yeah. Okay, so we'll have preload on November 9 Pacific time. Wow. Install size will be shrinking, which is actually very good. Like, my goodness. And reduction, wow. And I am pretty much actually hoping for a lot of bugs that day, so I will not be playing, of course. Anyway, as usual. Garden faces will look a bit different. Come on, give us option to re-customize our guardians. It's been a long time. It's highly demanding right now. Okay. There's a interesting stuff. There will be new emblems. Okay. Codes and stuff. Each of the new emblem varieties will be available. Yeah, interesting. And some resolved issues with the black armory. So that's more or less known for Destiny 2. I'll have the 212s linked in the description, so go ahead, take a look. You'll find it interesting. Something that saddened me, or maybe not really that surprising, was how V1 Interactive's a new game that was released in this year lost its multiplayer purpose anymore. So yeah, we have Disintegration, and their multiplayer mode will be removed at November the 17th, which will only have their single player campaign. The multiplayer wasn't, like, you guys remember during the latest we had, and despite me being hopeful, it didn't live up to what could have been a lot better multiplayer. So yeah, that will be going. Moving on. We have information from Baldur's Gate probably. So we'll have October 6th for Baldur's Gate's test, which will, go in for early access on Stadia, Steam, and GOG, so Good Old Gaming, yeah, City Project platform. So yeah, which will, I think people are quite interested in Baldur's Gate, because, like, as far as the details I've seen, despite the fact that Baldur's Gate's like the game story, just like Diablo, doesn't sit well for me, but yeah, we have a lot of people who love that kind of stuff. So but the game will probably be a lot fun as far as the stuff I've seen. But of course, much more is remain to see, and we'll see that on October the 6th on Stadia, Steam, and GOG. Finally, thanks to PC Gamer, we have two informations here. One of them is the remake of the original Nier that never came to PC. So Replicant version 1.22474487139. We have a little sneak peek on this on Tokyo Game Show, and we'll have this on our hands on April the 23rd of 2021. So not that far. Yeah, let's take a look at the sneak. So thanks again, PC Gamer, for letting us know of this sneak peek, or rather letting me know of this sneak peek. But yeah, this was saw a little bit of areas and the graphical details. Like personally, I'm pretty glad that the game is coming on PC. Like I never had a chance to play the original Nier, so this will be very much fun to me. And this was very like those of us who love Nier Automata. I believe all of us have actually watched the original Nier storyline. This was pretty much of a milestone there. So yeah, I'm glad to be able to play this finally, especially on a very high fidelity that is. But yeah, moving on.
Now's one of those times. Pays to be the strong, silent type.
Troopers, we are free! Very, very me! We're way off course! Heading exactly where I need to go. EMP, losing power! Radiation, stabilize! They pop your chutes! We're going in hard!
So yeah, Halo 3 ODST has finally joined on the Master Chief Collection, so it's already playable. And there's a new season that came out. There's a 12 electric weapon skin, 30 visor skin, 10 ODST character skin, 4 that is unlockable by challenge, and 30 nameplates. So yeah, we are quite for Microsoft Store and Steam. Just go ahead, and if you already have the Master Chief Collection downloaded, this will be an update type of updates. So these were most of the stuff I had to give you information about, and we are pretty much done with our session this time. And I hope to see you soon. You guys will enjoy playing all these games that are going to come up and that are going to already up there. Go ahead, enjoy all those, and like play a heck a lot of more in name of me at least, like even more than you were supposed to play. I haven't touched a single game for a month. My goodness. But yeah, we'll probably have some Elder Scrolls Online videos up there soon. Probably preferably more sooner than I expect, but yeah. So, soon, TM. Okay, so have fun, stay safe, stay well, and that'll be it. Good night. Tomorrow we'll have this video up there. So, yeah. Have a very